it has been a little while, and that is going to change, don't worry. It's been a little while because we have had a very busy January. And we have a few updates, and I did a good bit in January, so I thought I would share everything with you in this video and catch you up. Going forward, I am going to be posting every single Friday, and that's just going to be a bit easier on me. So I'm going to instead focus on giving you good quality videos once a week, instead of pushing myself too much and doing 2 videos in a week and not feeling quite as happy with the videos. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So what has gone on the last month? Well, first off, I went to London, and I'll show you here everything I did. I'm at the airport. So I headed to the airport nice and early. I had loads of time in the lounge, which was great. Ran through duty free because I didn't want to overspend. And yeah, it was my first time heading over to the UK in about 12 years, because the last time I was there was for my grandparents' funeral, unfortunately. But it was a gorgeous day. The skies were so clear, and it was lovely to be able to see down below. At least it was gorgeous in Ireland anyway. When I arrived in London, it was quite grey, as you can see here. Hi guys, so yeah, for a different vlog today, we are in London. I'm here for a few days. I'm working with TikTok. And I'm going to an event with TikTok, so I'm really excited to go to the event. I'm going to meet lots of other creators there, so I'm excited. But yeah, this is my room. I am staying in the Park Plaza Hotel in London, and it's very fancy. So I'll show you around the room. So when you come in, it has all of this like graphics, London and British graphics on the floor. It's got all these fancy like controls, which I don't really know how to use. This is the bathroom. So I've just thrown my cosmetics out, and it comes with Elemis, which is lovely. There's like this door. One side is the shower and the other side is the toilet. The only thing that's a bit weird is it's like see-through, which is grand because I'm here on my own, but I would feel very weird sharing, even with my husband, I think. Here is a tea and coffee like station, which I've already attacked. I got a free bottle of wine with the room if I didn't mind it not being cleaned tomorrow. This is like a wardrobe, and I've just thrown some shirts up there, and yeah, it's a nice big room. 2 single beds. I prefer a double, but you know, and I'm just tucking into the wine here. I actually bought Santa's book in the airport, and I convinced a couple of other people to buy him. I was craving some chocolate. They'd no vending machine, so I went down to reception, and the girls took pity on me and gave me some chocolate bars, I think out of their own stash. But yeah, just getting some work done, and have the TV on because it feels a bit weird and quiet here. And there's me. So yeah, the room just feels weirdly quiet. So I just have the TV on as background. I'm working on a few bits. Oh, I'm very top lit there. I'm just working on a few bits while I have the time. I am tired though. The flight was very turbulent, which like is crazy because usually it's never that bad between England and Ireland, but it was awful. Even there was an American beside me on the plane, and he was saying, God, this is like a lot of turbulence. They even halfway through the flight made everyone put on their seatbelts, and then went through the flight making sure everyone's seatbelts were actually on. But yeah, I'm excited to show you what I'm up to tomorrow because I have an event with TikTok. I have a full day. I hope to get some of it filmed. I'm sure they'll be filming lots of it. It's all actually going to be live. But yeah, I see if I can film some of it. I've brought power banks with me. I'll have to film some of it for TikTok. So if I can sneak in some YouTube footage, I will. Otherwise you might get some footage like sideways. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to get back to work while I have the quietness and no distractions. Make use of this time. I'm here until after lunch tomorrow. I'm going to go around, I think, London a little bit tomorrow morning. I'll show you around when I'm going around. I want to get a coat as well while I'm here. But yeah, I'm going to look around London while I'm here. And then the event starts after lunch and then it goes on till late at night. So I probably won't be vlogging much tomorrow evening. But yeah, if I can get some footage, I will. So straight after breakfast, I went into the centre and went to see some of the attractions. I didn't go on the London Eye, but I've been on it before. So yeah, there's Big Ben and the Tower of London and also obviously the London Eye. So yeah, it was just cool to see them all. It was a lovely clear day, which was nice as well. Crisp, very crisp, but yeah, lovely and dry, which was great. Then I seen loads of shows. I would have loved to have gone and actually visited a show. I love a good musical, but unfortunately I just didn't have enough time. A lot of the shows actually had a cheaper showing time in the middle of the day, about 2:00. Which I would have loved to go and see because I absolutely love a good musical. So that's a good tip if any of you want to see some of these shows. Didn't have enough time, but I would have loved to have gone to a few of them. So when I was out, I did a little bit of shopping, but the only thing I ended up picking up was this coat, and I got it in Primark and it was on sale. It was only £20 and it'll do the finest. So I popped back to the hotel, had a quick sandwich, and then it was off to the TikTok event. At the TikTok event, I met lots of other creators and TikTok brand ambassadors. We did yoga with Nikki's Yoga. We had snacks made from food that you'd often throw away. We did workshops. This workshop here was how to upcycle your clothes and to mend any holes in your jumpers. And it was so nice to meet everyone and have a chat. Here's Mr. Spicy Mustache, one of my favourite creators. And here is Chef Tristan, and he's showing us how to make frugal meals. Then we listened all about TikTok and Shop. Then it was back downstairs to meet all of the other creators. It started to get really busy then. I got to meet so many other creators, have some more canapes made from food that you'd normally throw away. And it was just so much fun. It was a really fun evening. I did a little interview and there's myself. Also, I was on the community page on TikTok and I'll leave a link to that below. But it was so exciting to be included on it. And I was also in the Metro newspaper, if you can believe that. So that was so cool. It was just such a lovely event. Then the next day, about midday, I went off to the airport and it was back home to Ireland. I had a delicious fish and chips, which was nice and peaceful. And yeah, it was a flying trip, but I just really, really enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back again soon. 2023 has been a challenging year so far for our family as regards to our car. It has had a few issues so far this year, almost immediately from the start of the year. We had an alternator belt break, so that was fun, and my husband was brilliant and able to fix that. It took a couple of days up on the ramp and then he was able to replace it. Then when he replaced that, he noticed that the engine was not running very well. It was shaking, apparently, in a way it shouldn't be. So we also had an engine light pop up right before the new year, and we had brought it to the mechanic, and he put in the diagnostics and nothing was coming up. He couldn't really work out what was coming up. So he reset the computer and turned off the engine light and said as soon as it came back on to let him know, and he'd put in the computer again and it would be much clearer what was wrong. So the moment we started it, when we went to collect the car, the engine light came on immediately. So we brought it back to him. I just brought it home that night and then brought it back when he was open, and he plugged back in the computer and said that it was a wiring issue, which sounds cheap, not too expensive, but the only issue is he didn't know where the wire is. So in theory he might have to take apart like the whole engine trying to find the wire, you know, like so yeah, that sounded fun. Like he said about 1 to 2 days labor, which sounds expensive. So my husband and I decided to just wait a little while, and meanwhile my husband spent a lot of time researching the same car that we have and seeing if like anybody had the same issue, and eventually he found a lad on YouTube and he had the exact same issue, and it also was making the engine not run very well. So that was really interesting because that was our issue. So from that video he was able to see that it was some wires going into the engine at the top, and it was a little box, and you could either replace the whole box or you could clean the wires. So my husband would have liked to replace the whole box just to have it done, but it had to be a part that was ordered from England. So he said what he'd do is clean the wires and see how it did for now, and if it worked then he could replace the box when he was servicing the car down the road. So that's what he did this weekend. He spent the whole it's been a bank holiday weekend, so he spent Saturday and Sunday at the car, and he fixed it, and it is now running perfectly. So the engine light is still on because my husband doesn't have the computer to turn it off, but we will bring it to the mechanic again, ask him to turn off that engine light, and once it stays off, that's it, perfect. So there's only one last issue, and that is the turbo, because I have a diesel. The turbo is making a very slight whistling noise, and he has a pretty good idea what that issue is, so he's going to fix that as well, but that's not quite as much of an urgent issue. But yeah, I'm absolutely delighted. I was so happy because if we can keep this car going at least till the summer, we'll have some chance of having enough to buy the car then with cash. So yeah, absolutely delighted with that. So that was most of January, was dealing with car issues. So we're hoping, yeah, we'll have it saved. If you've seen my goal setting video, you'll know that that is a big goal this year, is to replace this car with a new to us car. Have no idea what car to get next, because this car is actually the perfect sized car for our family. It's actually a 7-seater, but it's not too big. So yeah, I don't know. I always had Japanese cars before this, and they always ran a lot better. But unfortunately, I cannot find a Japanese car that isn't ginormous or smaller. So as I have still got a buggy and my teenagers are nearly adult sized, I do ideally want 3 proper seats in the back. So this is a Touran, if anyone was wondering, a Volkswagen Touran. So yeah, I'm looking at potentially getting another one, but a newer one. But I really am disappointed with how well this car has kept going. My husband thinks it could have just been a dodgy one, but if anyone has a Touran or has a similar size car and rates it, let me know. Also in December, we got a new family member. This is Bailey. He is a cockapoo and he came into our family just after Christmas, which felt very fitting because we actually lost our family dog Stevens's Day 2 years ago. And it has taken us until now, honestly, to feel ready to adopt another dog. And yeah, he has kept us very busy. He is doing really well though. Training is going great. He is only just over 4 months old, so he's doing really well. Yeah, so he's a cockapoo, which we've never had before. Our last dog was a Bichon. And yeah, he's going to be a bit bigger. He has great fun with my toddler. They play together and drive each other mad half the time. But yeah, he's great fun. And we named him Bailey after the Christmas drink, of course, just for his colour. But yeah, he's going great. And as part of decluttering, I decided to get a big coat cupboard for the hallway. And so this is what we're doing at 10:30 at night. We are building a wardrobe, a coat cupboard. But it'll be great for keeping the hallway tidy because that's just one area that seems to get really messy in my house. Just people going in and out and leaving stuff on surfaces. So I'm hoping to have shelves in the coat cupboard for hats and scarves and everything like that, and then we'll hopefully leave the hanging section of the coat cupboard, a good bit of it for guests, and I think that will help so much, won't it, Bailey? But yeah, 10:30 at night.